Welcome back to the channel once again. It is your instant match reaction. Liverpool 5, West Ham United 2. I'll start by saying that it is a good win. It is a good win because we are battling for top 4. And for the fact that we are battling for top 4, it doesn't matter how the win comes. So winning this game was absolutely crucial. And that is what we've done today. And I think the boys, the manager, everybody around the team deserves a lot of praise. However, the performance was still the kind of performance that we've been used to in recent weeks, this season, in recent months as well, because it wasn't a total performance. It wasn't a complete dominance. It wasn't an outstanding performance by any means, because Liverpool got 3 goals from set pieces and 2 other goals that were not necessarily set piece goals. 1 own goal in addition to the 3 goals from set pieces. So when we started the game, I really didn't see us controlling the game as much. I think we started a bit better than Westham United. That is how come we got the corner kick that led to Hugo Ekitike's goal. Brilliant decision making from Gravenberg to lay the ball off to Hugo Ekitike in that manner, and it was a good shot from Ekitike, even though it took a deflection before it ended up at the near post of the goalkeeper. So it was a good start for the first 5 minutes, but I think after we got the first goal, we kind of ceded possession a little bit to West Ham United. They were playing with a lot of energy. I don't know the name of that midfielder, West Ham midfielder. I think he's called Sanchez or something. He was wearing number 18. And that guy today, I don't know if it was just today or that is how he's been playing throughout the season, but he was absolutely magnificent in that midfield. He kept the ball very, very well. He was so difficult to dispossess, and he was dispossessing our midfield very easily. Today, we just couldn't control the midfield, especially after scoring the first goal. We still ended up getting the second goal anyway from Virgil. And I think that is how come we were able to win the game, because if we hadn't won the set piece battle today, it would have been a difficult game because we weren't playing well. And another thing that I want to mention is that it looks like we struggle, this team struggles a lot to do the basic things very, very well in terms of passing. Even when it comes to just finding the right pass, making the right decision. I think throughout the game today, it wasn't just in the final third. I think most of the time this season, we've been struggling to make the right decision in the final third. But today, throughout the game, our passing wasn't good enough. When to give one-touch passes, when to control the ball and take multiple touches. We just couldn't find a balance between these different ways of playing. West Ham United played very well today. I was very impressed with the way they played. And the way they played, they really looked like the well-coached team. They move the ball very simple. They keep it very, very simple. One touch, move, touch, move. But I think, I don't know, for some reason, I felt Liverpool were taking too many touches, unnecessary touches, slowing the game down when we needed to speed it up. And we almost made it like a basketball game. We absolutely couldn't find any control in the game. And I think in this particular game, it didn't come back to bite us in any way. But if we keep playing like this, especially in Europe, when we get into the Champions League and we are playing against top teams in the knockout phases, if you don't have control or maintain control, maintain possession, keep the ball ticking, keep the ball moving, it is going to be very difficult. It's going to be a tough night. The game is going to be a basketball game, and it is going to be a 50-50 chance for both teams. Today's game was an excellent game for the neutral. 7 goals to savor. It wasn't a waste of time by any means for any neutral fan. But for Liverpool fans, I mean, you would enjoy the goals. I did enjoy the goals, but it wasn't a really good watch for me. It wasn't, because for me, I thought we could have done a lot better. And I'm beginning to think that this Liverpool team, or Arne Slot in particular, is struggling to coach this team to be able to control games of football. Because even last season, when we were winning the league, we were struggling to control games. And I always thought that this season would be the season where we'll be able to control games from start to finish. And today, we didn't even control the game for even 20 minutes. I think the best performance we had was like for 5 minutes in the first half, beginning of the first half, and maybe towards the end of the second half. That was the only time where we were able to control the game. And I think that might be a disadvantage in certain times of the season, in certain games, when you meet top opposition. But the weird thing is that sometimes when we meet top opposition, we're able to do that for quite a long time. Against City, we did that for a longer period. Against Arsenal, for the entire second half, I think we're able to do that. And I don't know if it is because of the issues that we faced this season, the injuries and all that. That is why the team is still not able to do that. But for the players who play today, for the talent that we had on the field, I think we should have been able to control the game much better, because again, we're playing at home. This is at Anfield, so the fans are rearing you guys on. You have all the backing you need to relax and play your game. Keep it simple, keep the ball ticking, and just play them out of the park. That is what I want to see. I want to see Liverpool playing teams out of the park. It's good to win, but wins like this sometimes doesn't really look sustainable, because when you look at the stats, for example, it really bears what I'm saying now. Liverpool had 49% possession. Westham United had 51%. The expected goals, very close. Liverpool had 1.75 expected goals. Westham had 1.84 expected goals. So even when you want to really be critical, West Ham had better expected goals. Total shot, Liverpool had 18 with 7 on target. West Ham United had 11 shots with 4 on target. Big chances, both teams created 2 big chances each. So the score line doesn't seem to reflect exactly how the game panned out, because I don't think Liverpool deserved the 3-goal margin. The only reason why we deserve it is because we were able to take our chances when it came to the set pieces. And I think that is why we won the game today. And as I've said about other teams who rely on set pieces, it is not good to rely on set pieces. If you are going to rely on it for some games, then fine. But if this is going to be how you play for the most part, then it is not going to be sustainable. So that is basically my thoughts on the game. We could have done better. It is a win, but at the same time, we have to do more, because this is not good enough. It is not good enough at all, especially in the second half, because you can't be leading in the first half by 3-0, and then you go into halftime, come back, and you can't get into the game for the first 20 to 25 minutes of that second half. Liverpool just couldn't get into the game. And sometimes you wonder why, because if it doesn't happen in the first half, it happens in the second half. If it doesn't happen in the first half, in terms of losing control, we do it sometime towards the end of the game, just like we did against City, and we ended up conceding 2 goals. So that is the story of Liverpool season so far. But today's win was a good win, because we needed the win, and once we have it, we can't really complain. Some top performances or noteworthy performances today. I think Gravenberch had a good game. It wasn't excellent by any means. He lost a few balls here and there in the midfield. He got caught on the ball sometimes in a way that you wouldn't expect Gravenberch to lose the ball. But I think going forward, he was making the right decisions. He was really moving the ball a bit more quickly than we usually see him do. Dominic Szoboszlai, as always, the That is why we shouldn't see Dominic Szoboszlai playing at right back anymore for the rest of his entire career. He should never be in the right back position, because today we really benefited from his energy, his ability to track back, keep running and running and running. Because I think towards the end of the game, around the 88 minutes, there was a counter-attacking opportunity for Westham United. But Dominic Szoboszlai tracked back, kept running back about 60 yards to make sure it didn't result in any big chance for Westham United. So very, very good performance from him. I think for Dominic Szoboszlai, no matter how the team plays, he's always a 7 out of 10. And if he's able to give 8 or 9 out of 10, then Liverpool wins the game no matter what happens. So very good performance from him. Virgil van Dijk at the back, he was solid. I would blame him a little bit for the first goal that West Ham scored. I don't know, but for some reason he slowed down. He didn't really track the guy who got the goal. But in that position where the cross came from, there was no way you could keep the opponent offside. But I think he was thinking about keeping him offside. But the ball was even way past the last man. So you are the last man. The ball has already gone past you in terms of the position of the ball. And so in that case, you can't keep the player offside. So you need to track the run. And he didn't. He was slow. The ball came to the player and he was free to tap it in. So that is how we conceded that first goal. So Virgil van Dijk had an okay game. It wasn't excellent by any means. But I think the fact that he got a goal, he also contributed to, I think, the third goal Liverpool scored. That is excellent. So I'll give him that. Konate, I did like Konate's performance. I think he was excellent today. Maybe apart from Konate, I would say Alisson had a very good game today as well. Apart from those two, the rest were okay. But I did like Konate's performance. He was strong. He made sure nothing got past him. Aerial duels, very strong as well. His passing, moving the ball out of the back, very, very good. So that was a good performance. Today, I did see some shakiness in the performance of Milos Kerkez. In the second half, for example, he got an opportunity to run with the ball into the middle of the park. He slowed down. He decided to pass the ball to Mohamed Salah, and it was an absolutely shambolic pass. And I don't know, maybe he was tired. Maybe he didn't fancy running at the West Ham defense. But if you don't fancy running, you don't lose the ball the way he did. He did lose the ball, and we kind of turned over possession. So that wasn't good enough. Today, Milos Kerkez, wasn't good enough. I think he could have been much, much better. Defensively, maybe, defensively, I didn't see a lot go past him on that side of the field. So I'll give him that. But in terms of moving the ball and contributing to the attack, I think there was a little bit more he could have done. The subs that came on, I really did enjoy Trey Nyoni. And I was really gutted for him for the miss that he got, because when the ball got to Frimpong, I was almost shouting that give the ball to Nyoni, because he was in the best position to score. But I think if he had gone for a much subtle backlift, he would have gotten the goal. I think the backlift was a bit too much, and because the ball was traveling at speed, it was very difficult to keep it down. But that was a good performance from Trey Nyoni, a good cameo from him. And I think this is what we should be seeing more. No matter what the circumstance of the game is, I think these kind of players should be given the opportunity to play. I'm not saying we should start them. Ruben Gumoha also came on, did very, very well today. But I think even if we are not going to start them, of course, of which I think they shouldn't be starting, but in certain games, they should have the opportunity to come on like this. I think 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we should be giving them that opportunity in Premier League games, because at the end of the day, we are not competing for the title anyway. It is a top four battle, and I think these players are good enough to contribute. So, good game today. I also did like Hugo Ekitike today. He sort of showed glimpses of what he was showing a few weeks ago. We didn't see that in the last few games from Hugo Ekitike, but I think today he was back to his scintillating best, and it was a good game from him today. I did really enjoy his performance. Mohamed Salah, the corner kicks, he got assists from these corner kicks, so I'll give him that. Today, I think he was a bit better in terms of handling the ball, keeping possession, going past his man, or giving a pass. Today, he didn't lose the ball as much as probably he did against Nottingham Forest, and I think that was the reason why he was taken off in that game. Today, he was able to play the whole 90 minutes, and that is because I think today he performed much better. So it was a good win overall, and we move on to the next. We see how Chelsea versus Arsenal is going to go tomorrow, and that will determine our position. If I'm to check the table, currently Liverpool are in 7th position. Am I reading this right? 7th position. Chelsea are 3rd. No, this is the wrong table. This is the wrong table. Okay, so Liverpool are in 5th position now. How many points above Chelsea? 3 points above Chelsea. So it means that Chelsea would need to win tomorrow in order to surpass us. The goal difference will take Chelsea above us if they're able to win tomorrow. But I doubt they will win. So that means that if Chelsea draw or loses, then Liverpool would have a 3-point gap. So we'll have a 1-game swing, which is very good. Our next game is against Wolves, and that is going to be a very tough game. Very, very tough game, because I've seen Wolves recently, and they are not going to make it easy. It is not going to be easy. From the way we play today, as I said earlier on, if we play against Wolves the way we play today, I don't think we get the win. We are not going to get the win against Wolves. So we need to improve. We need to improve. And yeah, Arne Slot, I think he needs to do a bit better. Arne Slot needs to do a bit more. So thank you very much for watching the video. I'll catch you later on. Hopefully, I'll be able to bring you a preview of Liverpool against Wolverhampton Wanderers next week. See you. You never walk alone. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, comment down below, hype the video, and also don't forget to share the video. Thank you. See you.